Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar. Namiru and ForVendi presenting Accelerating Salesforce Success, how Salesforce Consulting and ISV partners. So this collaboration delivers lasting value to their customers. I'm Patrick Fendler. I'm Director of Partnerships at ForVendi, and I'm joined today by Marek Piotrowicz. He's Sales Director, Central Eastern Europe at Namiru. Hi, Marek.
Hi, Patrick. Hi, everyone.
Let's take a quick look at the agenda for the next 25-30 minutes. We introduce the two companies. Then, maybe from a more strategic perspective, we look at how consulting and ISV collaboration drives value. Then we also have some practical examples, so joint customers, give you some insights how this collaboration looks in real life. And then we're already sharing the benefits, wrapping it up, and sneak preview, it's a win-win-win situation for partners and customers, everyone involved. Then, we finish with Q&As. If you have some questions already, put them in the chat, or we can wait until the end. Marek, do you want to briefly introduce Namiru?
Sure. Hi, everyone, again. My name is Marek Piotrowicz. I'm representing Namiru Solution, as Patrick mentioned. We are Salesforce implementation partner. We are working I'm responsible for Central Eastern Europe, extended to Baltics and the Balkans, because sometimes they are not in the Central Eastern Europe. Depends on the company. Also, we are covering the UK and Ireland and Nordics and Western Europe, especially Benelux. My colleague Ifa is on the call, and she's responsible for that region. What we are doing, of course, we are implementing the Salesforce in the greenfield and the brownfield implementation. So sometimes we are taking the fresh customers without CRM or switching from the other solution, and also some brownfield implementation when we are coming into existing org, and we try to maybe, I don't want to say fix, but reshape it, extend it, add some new solutions. Of course, we are working on the core solutions like a sales, service, and experience cloud and marketing, but also we are well known in the Europe as a CPQ and current revenue cloud partner, and we are doing this. Switching the customers from the quotes in Excel to the solution from Salesforce family. We are working mostly in the small and medium businesses to the mid caps, we can say. So we cared about the budgets of our customers. Maybe later I will tell more about it, but it's important for us that they can use the budget wisely and also in the good time manner. Thank you for this point.
Thank you, Marek. I think you may already made some good points here, looking at the budgets. So we as ForVendi, we're a Salesforce ISV partner, so we're not implementing Salesforce solutions. We're actually building products based on Salesforce platform. These products are available on the Salesforce App Exchange as managed packages. So we push or provide customers, partners with packages on average twice a year. So they get new packages with new features, updates of new functionalities. And we only support Salesforce. So for us, it's important. So we look at Salesforce and preserve this kind of 360 view. So also data doesn't leave Salesforce. Our products usually, so they're fully integrated or native to Salesforce. So no connector needed, no switching between systems. I think the most important point for us, what makes us also a bit special, is how we work with partners and customers in terms of building new products, improving our products. This means if there's something missing, like a feature or functionality, we put it in our backlog, put it in our roadmap, and we can usually add new features, functionalities without extra cost to our customers and partners. So this makes us a bit special. But we also have this kind of deep technical expertise. So we are Salesforce experts. There's also Adam on the call, our CTO with 15 years of experience. So everything is fully grounded, and we have this deep expertise, and we can also guide partners and customers on their journey with us. Let's take a quick look at our products or the product ecosystem. We actually started with document generation and e-signature, product called Avenir. And this works, also Marek mentioned earlier, small, medium enterprises or businesses. So this is a product which actually works for everyone. So kind of a one-man band, but also kind of large enterprises. So we're very strong in bulk generation, mass generation of documents and e-signatures. And we can also extend document generation to document management with our product Plix, which is a file connector integrating Salesforce with SharePoint and Google Drive. So we have together, a nice document management solution. On the other side, we have invoicing, a product called Facturio. And this is end-to-end invoicing for Salesforce. And this works very well for small, medium enterprises. Of course, we know there are Salesforce products out there, but what we want to do is kind of identify gaps. And with this product, we identified a gap, and it was actually for small, medium enterprises missing this kind of Salesforce native invoicing. And here we have some really neat features like electronic invoicing. We can generate QR codes, especially for Switzerland, where every invoice needs to have a QR code on the invoice. We can also extend the invoicing to payments. So we have a banking and payment connector. So if you combine Facturio and Beliebo, you have this kind of end-to-end process once an invoice is created and sent. And the customer is paid. Through this connector, we can see payments automatically or the payment status on the record being updated. And so altogether, we try to kind of build synergies with our products. So they work standalone as managed packages, but you can also kind of relatively easily connect them to build these kind of great synergies. You can also see in the background, there are other products, something we're working on. Again, we're doing this together with customers and partners to kind of extend our product ecosystem. Marek, I think we can already move on to how the collaboration looks like on the paper, maybe. And I think you, for consulting partners, you know your customers best.
Yeah, we do our best, or I don't want to say try to do our best, but I want to say we are doing our best to understand our customers' work, how they work currently, what are their processes, the data structure, the data sources, the bottlenecks in the process, and then we try to translate it, maybe not try, but translate it into scalable Salesforce architecture. So we bring architecture and process expertise, if we can say so, with it not being humble. And sometimes we suggest the customers some solution which are already on the market, because if something is invented, we just don't want to reinvent the wheel. If there is some, I don't know, document generation application as Avenir has, we don't want to build a custom solution for the customer. Of course, it would be more beneficial for us and bring some money to Namiru, but we don't work like that. If something is already existing, we are trying to show it to the customer, maybe showing in different ways. Of course, we had a customer who compared the custom development with the 5 years of subscription fee from other solution. It was some inventory management, and they chose our custom development. But it's always the decision to the customer. We're showing that it's something on the market which is valued, and it's also because the customers invest heavily in the Salesforce license, people, training, our implementation costs, and also the time by their side that they need to spend on switching from the Excel sheet or from the other CRM. It's a change management. So we don't want them to burn the hours, burn the budget to the custom solution made by us, even if it's more valuable for us, and maybe it will bring more benefits and revenue. We want customers to have a budget spent on the features which are fancy, which are really ready to go, and that they have very short time to market. And then we are coming into some ISV solutions, like we have a partnership with ForVendi, with Avenir. We have some good examples of the collaboration together, and it worked, and we can protect the budget of the customers and deliver the things in the quicker way.
Yeah. So, but then I suppose for you as a consulting partner, choosing an ISV, because you can also implement these products. So for you, but also the customer, it's important that these products are, easy to implement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also when you compare we have one example of the customer who started with a free solution with this area of the Avenir, and this solution needs our attention all the time. If something is changed, like in the template of the document, they cannot do it by themselves. Of course, they can do it, but how much time they need to invest to get the skills to be flexible and familiar with preparing the template of the document. If anyone touch it, knows that the free solution, it's always the cost at the end. Yeah, that's why we see that the templates, for example, with Avenir, it's working fine for the customers. It's easier to update something, to add something new, and you don't have to don't do the PhD to work on the application. And this is something that we wanted to work with the customer the way we wanted to work with them, because why? Because we want to prepare some valuable feature. We don't want to be an admin to add a user, to add a field. Of course, sometimes we have customers, we are doing this, yeah, and we are like an external Salesforce admin, yeah. But we prefer to work on something valuable for both parties, that we are doing something which is meaningful and bring customers to the next level of CRM, of working with their customers and so on, and bring the revenue for them.
No, I think that's already also a good point, and we can talk about it on the next slide. But it's often what we face, and also as an ISV, we fully understand, especially a greenfield, a customer is investing in Salesforce, usually spending quite a lot of money. It's a big expense, and so then to add something that's easy to implement, easy to learn, but then also quickly shows value to the customer. That's where we are trying to help as an ISV partner, helping also you as a consulting partner. But now we can maybe look into, provide some insights on joint customers and how this looks in practice, this collaboration between a Salesforce partner, a consulting partner, and an ISV partner. It often starts with pre-sales.
Yeah, it's a very good example. To be honest, I'm working with few ISV partners in different areas, and I don't want to pray to ForVendi, but I have to admit, to be honest, that they are reliable partner. They reply for the new inquiries, for some demo purpose, for some questions which are regarding the templates. The technical team, together with Adam, Jan, and the others, they help us with some challenges. They always come with the solution, and it's quick solution, even if we are testing something for the customer and showing this. And also sometimes we have struggled that, okay, we are doing the Salesforce demo for the customer, but there is very specific flow of docs or invoices lately with one of the customers, our prospect, and then they prepared custom-made, tailor-made. We can say Namiru, because Namiru is a tailor-made in Czech. Tailor-made demo for this customer, and showing the real value on the real examples. And they didn't need a weeks to prepare it, but a few days to show us the demo and suggest some slots. So this is something we are working on. Also, the proposal. We are giving the back end of the background of the customers. We discuss what's going on, what is the potential, and we always find the best solution, best package for the customer. Sometimes something was changing by the Avenir pricing. That's why we are also have some knowledge what's in the past, what is in the future. Now we have a nice example of the customer who choose one solution, but is thinking about the other, which is including the first one. And Patrick and the team was quite flexible with this customer. So I like this collaboration.
Yeah.
And now we have two examples of our customers, existing customers of Namiru and also with Avenir. Xtrack. This is the company which is tracking the devices, the machinery. They mostly specialize in the trash trucks on the Polish market, and I like the solution. They started because, as Patrick mentioned, they started with the free solution because they paid many euro for the licenses, and they switched from the in-house made CRM. So they didn't feel the cost of the in-house made CRM, but they see the struggles with the go-to-market and some features they want to develop, and they start with the free solution. And then what happened? We didn't find any obstacles because we used this free solution for smaller customers also in the past. But after some time, it happened that this customer got info that they reached the maximum documents generated per month, like a reasonable usage policy, which wasn't presented anywhere but just sent in the email, and it was 100 documents per month. So you can imagine that it's nothing. Yeah, this customer has 4 or 5 type of the documents, and they switch into Avenir, and the switch was very quick from the free solution to the paid solution from Avenir. It was like 7 to 10 calendar days we are doing together. We got some help from Namiru team, from ForVendi team, Avenir team, and also my consultants. And the customer was waiting for the documentation for the generator because they couldn't work, but it was very smooth, and I suppose quite soon it will happen some new quotation from the customer on the app exchange that this process was smooth, but because they are very satisfied. Then we can go to another example. It's Edu Gorzów. It's a group of the school for the adults in the Western Poland. They were using, it's both of this customer. They are greenfield implementation from our side, but we started with a different solution. They started with the paid solution. I don't want to mention the name, but it's quite familiar and popular. And what happened? They struggle with some first performance issue. If we want to bulk generate like a 500 documents, because I don't know, it was the assessment sheet for some subject or some grades or some diplomas, it takes hours or 60-90 minutes. It depends on the document. And also we find out that some documents are going outside the United Europe, so GDPR is violated, and no one told us about it. Of course, customer can put this something in the privacy policy, but has to know about it, that has to be changed in the policy for the customers. So then we reached to Patrick and the team, and we switched this customer also very easily. And this is a nice example that we are delivering the document generation from the registering the potential student to final diploma. It's like 8 or 10 templates of the different documents, many pages, and on every stage of the collaboration with the school taking the education. Okay. Also, Patrick and the team coming to us with some current product development. I like it. They treat us as a clinical rats, we can say. Test how we feel because we are close with the customer, and we have a bunch of different customers from different areas. So they try to look at us how it's clickable by us, if it's catchy or not. We also come to them and say what are the needs in the product. Now, for example, we have some legal, maybe finance, tax solution, not solution change in the Polish market. And for example, we discuss about Facturio to be aligned with these changes here. So this collaboration and this roadmap development is working bidirectional. So we are discussing together what's on the horizon, and we are showing this to our team also and try to find out what's going on. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Marek. And I think so. This brings me to the benefits for all the parties involved. As I mentioned earlier, it's a win-win-win situation from our perspective. So it's usually for the customer, big upfront, sometimes investment in Salesforce licenses, and then sometimes something is missing. And this when we help the customer to kind of add value through our products, cost-efficient products, but to extend kind of certain flows processes in Salesforce relatively easily. There's not much risk involved because it's a managed package. It's available through a subscription. If you don't like it, you can cancel the subscription. You can uninstall the package. It doesn't happen to us that often. So, but for the customer, usually there's relatively low risk involved. And also what we also like with customers who just started with Salesforce. So we grow together. Our solutions, you can limit by just 5 customers, or we have customers starting in one team using our products, and then they see the benefits, and then they're rolling out products to other teams, to other countries. And so the products, they grow also with our customers. And also what we mentioned before, it's this kind of custom development. Sometimes it's needed, or it's also the customer wants a custom development, but we try to kind of explain the customers, but also our partners use our packages, we update them. So you don't have to do it. Sometimes partners also switching, and the customer ends up with a costly development, and it's just sitting there and kind of fading away. So, and but generally the customer sees relatively quickly value from our solutions. What we also mentioned for consulting partners, if it's a greenfield, so the customer doesn't know, should we go with Salesforce, should we go with Microsoft or another CRM? So we can work together with the consulting partner to work on a proposal where we can add some extra functionality, with little cost involved, which kind of lifts up, makes this kind of whole proposal more attractive. But also consulting partners, they can expand their services. They can use our products as accelerators. And the easier a product is to implement, the easier the whole thing gets also for the partner. And you reduce the complexity, and usually customers are happy. And but consulting partners can also, if it's a brownfield existing relationship, a managed service, they can step by step introduce products. But again, also how we want to work to add more functionality as we grow together. And it just kind of strengthens the relationship with the customer. Can also include them in the roadmap. And for us as ISV, especially at ForVendi, it's really this kind of developing products together and continuing filling the gaps in the ecosystem. And I think this where also, Marek, what you mentioned with invoicing, different standards in Poland. We can adjust to this. We can add integrations as needed. And for us, it's great pleasure, fun, almost kind of developing these products together. And we have different models how we work together with partners. We have referral partners where we do then also the implementation. So they just say, oh, here's the customer. And then we as ForVendi go in but also like with you, Marek, as an implementation partner, you know our products almost inside out. Especially your consultants, they know how to implement our products. So for us as ForVendi, we're more kind of hands off, but we can support, of course, in the background. And but also strategic partners really actively working with us in developing products. Some of them also using our products internally, and that's as a Salesforce consulting partner. Sometimes you think, I'm very kind of efficient, or I sell efficiency to our customers, but internally, if you look at your systems, well, not really productive, how internal processes work. So we also have partners using our products internally, giving us feedback. And so this whole kind of wheel gets into motion. What works for a partner also works for customers, how we think. But we provide all the assistance, pre-sales, managed service in the background. So we're very flexible. And so this actually concludes already the webinar almost. So we hope if you like this kind of consulting ISV collaboration, if you see the benefits, talk to us to get more ideas. If you don't have the experience, please also talk to us, contact Marek, contact myself. We answer all your questions. And leads me to our last slide. Contact us, but also ask your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
Thank you very much for joining, and thank you, Marek. Thank you, Patrick. And then, hope you have a great day, everyone. And we will follow up in case you might be interested. And looking forward to see you again.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Emma. Everyone, bye-bye.
Bye.